Hey, what's going on, friends and fans of Scarefest? Glenn here from fakeshemp.net, and it's always a pleasure to be with you each week on Scarefest television, particularly this week because tomorrow is the day. It's CyberCon, and I hope that you're all geared up and primed for it because there is a lot of cool stuff in store for you. And for the price of admission, $5, you might see a little bit more of me in there. So, that's worth the price of admission alone, surely. You might have noticed over the last few weeks, the films I've been presenting have not actually been horror. They've been those movies that are sort of cultish, that sort of, exist on the fringes of horror. And that's because CyberCon is not exclusively horror either. It's a little bit different. So that's what I've got for you again today. Something that is really weird and bizarre, and it's a bit of a mind trip. And let's just jump straight in and have a look at it. All right, damn. Where do I even start with this one? Or more importantly, how do I start? The film is called Spirits of the Air, Gremlins of the Clouds, and it's a strange film, to say the least. In fact, it's a complete and utter mind trip. It was made in 1989 by an up-and-coming filmmaker by the name of Alex Proyas, who was a music video director at the time, and to be honest, he is the reason I've chosen this film this week. Now, if you're a total movie geek, you'll know exactly who he is. But if you're not, then you'll definitely know some of the movies that he's made. Alex Proyas went on to direct two of the most influential and well-respected genre films of all time, The Crow and Dark City. And he also went on to make movies like I, Robot, Knowing, and Gods of Egypt. So he's a really big deal. And Spirits of the Air is important because it's his first feature-length film. And it says a lot about the type of filmmaker he is. As you can see, the film is weird, it's colourful, and it's surreal. The imagery is bizarre, and the composition of it all is just so eerie and hypnotic. In fact, watching this film is like waking up to realise that you're still inside a dream, and we all know what that feels like. So what about the story, you might ask? Well, I was hoping you wouldn't, because it's such a damn hard movie to define. But to put it simply, it's about a brother and sister living together in the middle of a desolate wasteland during a post-apocalyptic time. Their existence is fantastical and their contented lives are disrupted by a stranger. He's a sort of nomad and he carries a sense of normality about him, which is in contrast to their weird lifestyle. And from there on, the film tells a twisted story about a weird triangle dynamic of three characters. But to be honest with you, the story, the plot, and the narrative, they're all secondary to the production design. This is a movie that is intended to be felt and experienced, rather than simply viewed. It's a sensory overload that will challenge one's patience as well as their stamina, because while 90 minutes isn't ordinarily a long time to sit through a movie, this one really does stretch out every damn minute. And I know that I'm not exactly selling the film by saying that, but for this recommendation, I'm speaking directly to the filmies who like to be challenged, who take pleasure from filmmakers like David Lynch or Alejandro Jodorowsky and Tarzan Singh. And here's the thing, if you know who Matthew Barney is, then Spirits in the Air is definitely the movie for you. So if you have a twisted mind with a penchant for nightmarish surrealism, then check out Alex Proyas' Spirits of the Air, Gremlins of the Clouds. It's freaky, it's kooky, it's batshit crazy. Weird, right? Totally weird. And I'm sure most of you know Alex Proyas from his, Hollywood films and all that kind of stuff. So look it up. It's on Amazon Prime. It's a glorious looking film, as I said, and you just relish the sights as opposed to the story, if that makes sense. Anyway, that's me for another week. I hope you have fun at CyberCon tomorrow. I'll probably be in there, and whether it's something I've prepared exclusively for the show or whether I'm just wandering around those corridors, I'll catch you there, and I'll catch you next week.